welcome you to Los Angeles, and may I ask you in all sincerity, after reading your Free Press article, I am smitten with the hopelessness of the racial situation in America. Did you intend to convey hopelessness when you talked to that paper the other day?
If it's hopelessness, that's being conveyed, it's not necessarily my own. I was trying to convey to you something of what is happening in your country, all up and down these streets.
All right. In a nutshell, what is happening?
Rage is happening. That's what's happening. It's been happening for a very long time. People make a mistake if they think the opinions of James Baldwin, because one's heard of him, are more relevant than the opinions of some black cat that you never have heard of and wouldn't speak to if you did see him. Ralph Ellison told you a long time ago, long before I did, what it was like to be the invisible man.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. When did you become a black man?
The day I realized I need to stand up for myself. And, I guess just not really care about what anybody thought about me. I think, and being comfortable in my skin and who I was as a man. And I think it's a privilege to be a black man, but you have to kind of earn it.
I think that very recently I became a black man. And of course, I've been black my whole life, and I was a man when I reached adulthood, but I'm 30, turning 31, and I think the time I became a black man is when I realized the weight that comes along with it. Especially here lately, all the racial tension in the news with Trayvon Martin's death and Renisha McBride and Michael Brown, Jordan Davis, and I think a certain awakening happened to make me realize my place in this world, and I've always tried to fit in and be normal and kind of downplay different parts of me, my blackness, even without realizing it, to be a token or something like that. And I think that this year, even as recently as that, I became a black man. I became more aware of my place and, more importantly, my purpose, I guess.
How would you describe your interaction with other black males in your youth?
Other black males my age don't understand me, and I try my best to coax egos, and it doesn't really work out too well, so I kind of avoid them, to be honest.
I got picked on. I was always the black boy that sounds white or talks white, so not great.
People may say black males may choose not to express themselves to come across as hyper-masculine and strong and together, but I think they should also think about, where does it start?
My mom refusing to accept me despite her brother being gay and her other son being gay, that makes me sad. The idea of having to give her up, that makes me sad.
Society doesn't really value us as human. We're all perceived as a threat at even a young age. So you learn to do this dance where you hide certain parts of yourself to, seem as less threatening as possible. But on the adverse, within your own community, some of those same attributes that you try to hide to fit into the mainstream, they're glorified.
The hardest thing about being a black male to me will be how often we have to prove ourselves. When we get a job, we have to prove ourselves because we're black. When we walk down the street, we have to, in a way, make people feel comfortable that, they don't have to cross the street or that we're not gonna rob them. We have to prove that we're educated. We have to prove that we're not like everything you see on television.
My mother she's gone through depression and she doesn't want me to have to suffer through that. So we talk a lot.
What has your father taught you about expressing your emotions and when?
Nothing and never.
I don't like to cry. I can't really cry a lot of the time. It takes a lot for me to cry. I have a very high threshold for pain, both physically and emotionally. And, you know, I don't want to say this. I'm just used to seeing so much fucked up shit. It takes a lot for me to really wear myself down.